Tui is there, going in time, but Gaizen will be. But Onamo and Copper will just rush in. Camille right now couldn't knock on this door, and it will be trouble in a bit. And DMT back to back on that victory.
Saving Private Gaizen. You see, they just kept putting glue walls around him, and Copper, he was desperately trying to confirm that elimination, but he just could not get the job done. So Indonesia really, playing the recovery game insanely well, and in the end, they didn't even lose Gaizen. Didn't even need to pick him up, at the very end of the round. So Indonesia leads 2-1, but again, in this, the different locations, and in this case, for Indonesia, they have definitely quickly adapted to the bait and switch from Thailand, making sure that they don't overcommit to a diversion from someone like Copper, who is already on the flying. Copper so far around.
Yeah, I mean, that's quick really for Copper, but Nang Tui right now going to 1v1, and Vlado would be in trouble. And this is one thing, again, Nang Tui is in charge of making sure that he can pull at least 1 or 2 players in, while the rest of the team will try to go for the breakthrough. But the glue wall will not save him that much, especially with the glue closing in. It's a good thing that he was able to recover. Nang Tui now putting a lot of pressure and not even focusing on what's happening on the other side. But good thing his backup is here, and Vlado right now will try to go with the flow, but Gaizen right here for the pinch, and Onamo in trouble, tries to regroup with HP1, and Gaizen almost taken down. Good thing the glue wall saves him on the other side. Nang Tui goes down, Camille goes down as well. We're looking at 3v3.
They end up getting a 1v1 trade. Onamo and Gaizen, they are the ones that are in the red. Somehow able to slow down the pace of the game. Gaizen finds some space to heal up if he needs to, but Onamo keeps on putting on the pressure. Fortunately, not able to get the Gaizen. The blue zone will force him to start moving in though. Time is running short. Gaizen really needs to heal up, finally get space to patch himself back up. Vlado now will try to alter the terrain of the fight with that glue wall. And Thailand disengaged. They fall back just a little bit, with that building being a focal point for both teams to work with. DMT makes the first move, but Copper is already in the building. Jumps up from the window on the left side. Roxy takes a shot to the side.
Yeah, I mean, what HP1 or Onamo is doing right now is pulling on the one side where Copper will try to go in for the flank. But the center of this next zone will be onto Copper right now. Vlado is already down, bleeding out. Gaizen might be able to go for recovery, but on the other side, Roxy will go down as well. So Gaizen will be stuck right now between rocket hard plays. But the same goes with some of the players. Onamo out, but no. Copper says no and grabs a second point for Thailand.
Great start from the side of Thailand. Obviously, that game a lot more drawn out. These experienced players head the game tree. This is going to be a lot more tougher to navigate. Plenty of cover to hide behind. Instantly, Vlado splits away. Most likely going to make contact with Copper. That has been their job the entire CS tournament. Copper will make himself known very quickly with the glue wall, and Vlado aggresses.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing right now is compared to yesterday. Yesterday was a much slower pace, but Vlado does the job done. Onamo will try to go for a rescue, but a little bit too late. HP1 will go down as well. And this is it. I mean, Dominators understand the name of the game that the Copper is doing and beats them to it as quickly as that. Not even reaching to the closure of the next phase, they have already cleared out Thailand. So Thailand will need to find another route, a different place to go in, but there's not so much of space to work with, especially in Nurek Dam. It's only 1 point, it's only one way, and if you go for the flank, definitely you will be spotted.
One of the tougher areas to play into for sure. Some teams, they try to run straight. You put that glue wall further ahead so that you could gain access to the side of the dam. Vlado once more. Splits off to the side. It's him and Copper. It will be, I think, the theme for this match. But Copper, runs into Geisen instead. Almost a double up in the building. Geisen forced to escape the building. Now Vlado has the flank angle to come in if Copper is not aware. That forces Copper to fall back too. They don't have enough information to work with Roxy down in the red. Nangtoy right in front of them, and Cameo catches him from the back.
Yeah, that's one thing though. I mean, he has been stuck in there. No rescue, no
First
support
blood.
coming from HP1 as well as Onamo, especially Copper, who's very, very far from the rest. Now, Copper, in spite of how strong, how fast he can go on a solo mission, there's not so much that he can do, but he gives time though for HP1 to recover, and hopefully he can help out as well. But no, Copper goes down. HP1 lost on HP as well, and Roxy was just waiting, but Vlado just jumped in there. So Vlado might go down. DMC will win this round.
Indonesia picking up steam. Exactly what we like. And they have figured out the formula. Stop Copper. They've denied his flank a couple of times too. Especially, you look at Cameo. 7 eliminations and only 2 deaths. Compared to yesterday, he hasn't really changed. You know, the performance still solid as always.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with the help of Vlado at this point. Vlado is acting like the role of Vlado is just like Copper, but more refined. He's not just going aggressive. He knows how to position himself, but right now, Geisen work that much because Geisen goes down,
First
but the
blood.
2v2 that's happening will leave HP1 on the ground. So it would still be favorable for DMT right now if they take out Copper, and then Nang Tui, Onamo can be just going in a 1v1 against Roxy because Roxy can put his foot down to take down this guy.
And
They're not dealing with Laos. They're going against Indonesia, a team that really is, as you did mention, very vocal, very animated when they're playing. So let's see though if recover, but I think the same tactics is still being shown. So Vlado will be meeting up with Copper, but they know that plan already. So they would try to isolate Vlado.
we said that yesterday Thailand is the team that actually nobody heard of often. HP1 already down Cameo with another great opponent,
First
and Roxy just
blood.
runs straight at Nang Tui. He does lose the 1v1, but the job has been done. Copper and HP1 goes down. For the price of 1, Onamo now comes in. He takes out Cameo to try to level out the playing field. Geisen also loses out. And Thailand looking for a turnaround. Vlado left to pick up the remainders of the round. From behind, sneaks Nang Tui, doesn't get the shot in. A 2v1 scenario where Vlado somehow has the advantage for now, but Nang Tui able to heal back up, and now time is of the essence for Vlado to find those 1v1s.
Yeah, I don't think he will be able to do it. They understand the theme of the game. They just have to isolate Vlado first, so they use Copper to pull him out, and then the rotation of the rest of Thailand is just to block anyone who will be
Double
heading
kill.
into Vlado. So
Vlado
Vlado brings it in a 1v1, but he's lost an HP compared to Nang Tui. So what he needs to do right now is wait, recover, or probably just wait for the shift of the
kill.
circle. But no, he just jumps up. Nang Tui hits him with a headshot, and Thailand gets another point.
Pretty close. Vlado almost turned that one around, and Nang Tui with the clutch stepping up to the occasion at the very end. You can see Vlado definitely felt like he could have won that round, but it's fine. As we go into round number 9, we did expect this to stretch, to a potential 11 round, and we are on track for that.
Yeah, we are on track, definitely, unless Indonesia wants to end it. They are on match point right now. I think they Thailand team, but in this kind of compound, this part of the map, I don't think they'll be able to do that because there's so much of elevation that the dominators can bring or can take to find out what rotation is being done by Thailand, and what they're doing is corralling them into one side, and Geisen is just going for the backstab, but he goes down, not seeing Copper on the flank.
First
Copper
blood.
able to stop that backstab because they already have one guy for the Thai team, it's worse for wear. HP1 needs help. Copper and Onamo will try to draw attention away to give HP1 some time and space to heal back up. The health not looking too good though. Flutter right over the top. This should be from Flutter. It confirms that knockdown and Thailand down to just Copper and Onamo. The sergeant and the lieutenant to keep Thailand in this round.
We know how it is. I mean, Copper and Onamo, we might be able to pull it through, but no, Camille didn't go down that easily.
Triple
and Onamo
kill.
right now left alone, and this is it. The Dominators from Indonesia will be grabbing a booyah in this first game of the best of 3 between the CS Elite Squad, and well, they're on a good start right now. The energy is being felt in spite of how fast, how quick Thailand is doing it. They have found a way to nerf not only Copper but also Onamo, so I guess that is just the plan going into round 2.
Not only that, they end the round with an ace 2. No better way to make a strong statement than to beat your enemies with the performance of an ace. So Dominators off to a fantastic start in this CS Elite finals. I believe one more and they are going to be on their way to lifting their own trophy. I'm not sure if that is a Shuriken. They could maybe have their own, but they are definitely one step closer to that.
Yeah, definitely one step closer to that. And again, we were seeing that Thailand looks like a stronger team, but with the 1-day rest, that is what Dominators from Indonesia need to be able to study as well as to isolation gameplay, as well as a flank being done by Copper, even Onamo. But with the rest of the teams, P1 I believe might be taking a sit on this one, unless they are confident with their performance, because we might be seeing another player who is injured into the mix because of the performance, because of the loss that they had in that round 1.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's definitely a chance that we see that the swap come out from the Thai team. Yesterday when IJERT played the opening round against Laos, they basically dominated it, right? And not to take anything away from HP1, I think he didn't really have the best start. And again, the Dominators, they just kind of just figured out how to deal with the Thai team. They saw how Copper wanted to play. They confirmed that, they did a bit of a test in round 1 and 2. And afterwards, they just shut it down. And I think Flotto did a fantastic job in mirroring his movements.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, mirroring his movements, mirroring his position as well. And the only difference between them is Copper goes a long flank, and there's so much space that the rest of DMT can go and cut his approach, even prevent any backup that's moving their way. In spite of all the glue walls, in spite of how fast Copper is, it's still very difficult to make that recovery. So if you distract Copper, there's a huge chance that the rest of the teams can follow through. So putting Copper in the mix with the rest would be a smart move, especially if he's the shot caller of this game, of this team. Because at least he will still be safe, he'll still in the mix, and we know the potential of what Copper has to do. If Onamo would be the ones in the flank, we know that he can not only move fast, but also take elevation for potential headshot for the first blood.
And not only that, we also need to see if the Thai team can now adapt to this, right? Like this is not every day. I think, of course, because it's a show match circumstances, we get to play on the same map for the entirety of the series, and it also comes down to if a team can close it out. Maybe Thailand can adapt to it. We caught a glimpse of someone cosplaying as Pain, Tendo Path. So if you're not a fan of the good guys, you could definitely go and show up at the venue. I gotta say, we got some amazing cosplayers, right there at Central World. There's great talented players, not just cosplaying as the Naruto people. So we also got Free Fire cosplays. So we have everything to suit whatever taste that our fans have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's quite amazing though, because we rarely see, well, we do see them on shows, we do see them in production, but not really as cosplayers. So we just saw Capella and Kelly right there, both Ks, and I'm loving the resemblance, though we didn't see the face of Kelly, but Kelly has been a staple already for every update that is coming up for Free Fire. Kelly will be giving you all that, especially on YouTube. So go check out. And for those of you watching on a YouTube channel, whatever broadcast region you are in, make sure that you subscribe to it, because it's not only the Ninja Clash that will be happening. It's also a few more tournaments, esports tournaments that will be that's just around the corner. So if you are missing out on those pro scene, you're missing out a lot, because as you did mention, you have been here longer than I have in commentary, and that a lot of things has happened already. A lot of changes has happened already in the esports scene.
Yeah, I think it's just, I mean, many years ago we wouldn't have expected this to be the case. Holy cow, is that Obito? Wow. This is yeah, like again we have incredibly talented cosplayers right there. Please do check out the venue. But yeah, you were saying, I think a few years ago, obviously before like Free Fire relaunched the roadmap, when we with the first MCP we had like Tri-Nation Cup, and that was like 2018, 2019. Again, this scene has come a long way. There was a period where I think there were uncertainties. I know I was around during when Free Fire first launched, and that was 2018, I believe. But it was for a very short stint, right? We weren't really sure where the direction is going to go, and then I did end up exploring, other facets of commentary, and then Garino was nice enough to have me back for MCP for 2020, and then we kind of ran through this whole journey until today. But this Free Fire was definitely not how it was back then. Even the system, right? Like we didn't have revives back then. If you get knocked down, the round ends. Like your round could end like in the first 30 seconds if you hot drop the wrong team. But right now, everyone gets a second, third, fourth chance as long as there's money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as long as there's money, there's a different economy that is involved, not only in Clash Squad, but also in Battle Royale. And I love that factor. I love that a game is like making those changes, but the core spirit of Free Fire is still there. And that's what's important right now. Everyone loves it, even those in the chat. And some of them has been telling us for like how long they have been watching or playing Free Fire as well. So I'm pretty sure around that time, as you did mention, in 2019, there's a lot of players, and we had a record-breaking run as well in one of FFWS where we had like was that 4.5 million or 5.4 million of viewers in the global finals, and that was record-breaking, even bigger than other game titles. And where like the mobile game was just popping up at that moment. So that is what Free Fire is doing right now. In some esports scene, but this 2025 is where we see like the rise again, the revolution of Free Fire esports, the Free Fire scene overall, because with this show match is also another avenue to invite all the viewers out there, the potential survivors, to join us in the future.
Yeah. And I remember, like, I think I was telling you about it before the show, that someone texted me on social media, and he goes, so and EVOS were going at it. I fell asleep as I was told Free Fire has happened yesterday and will happen for today also. It's you can never run out of quality action.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is what we love to feel, to see right now. And even for those in the venue, again, if you're in a venue, if you're near Central World, Thailand, then go ahead and join the party. Join this show match, a showdown under the red moon, because it's not only this matches that you are going to witness, we are getting glimpse of how it is as well with those booths, with all the fun and excitement that we have on board. So hopefully you can enjoy it. Me and Husky, we would kill to be there, but unfortunately we need to cast this show, and this is like just excitement overall for
Yeah.
what we are seeing on the screen.
And not only that, if you are just tuning in, or if you are thinking about going and you're not sure what's there, aside from show matches and the actual matches for the pro teams, we also have your favorite KOLs, the co-streamers, not just from SCA, but I believe from Latam or Brazil too, who are there on site. Obviously, our lovely hosts Yunsu and Yuki. We had a lot of booths. I feel like we haven't even seen all of the booths. I know there was a map that was shown just now on cam, so you could use that as a point of reference. I think they were like 19, 20 points of interest. A lot of fun games, a lot of cosplayers, life-size cardboard cutouts of your favorite Naruto characters, no matter who you're into, and of course just the lovely atmosphere, with the set design. I think that's the most impressive part, the attention to detail that the arena has been able to bring to life.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, really. We don't see this every day. We don't see this every show match. This attention to detail, all these details right now in terms of replicating that feel with that collaboration. But as we look on the scene right now, we are starting round number 2 of the best of 3 series between Indonesia and Thailand, where Indonesia has already grabbed a 1 point. So let's see if they'll be able to end it on a 2-0, or probably Thailand will be recovering.
And if you're a Thai team supporter, again, all that hope lies at the Copper and Onamo. And just like you said, Neptune, they are bringing in Ejert. So HP1 sits on this one. Copper already shut down by Roxy. The Dominators keeping the momentum from game number 1. Roxy finds Nang Toy 2. That's a 2-fer and Cameo with the follow-up onto Ija. This round 1 pretty much done and dusted unless Onamo can pull off a miracle, but not against the Dominators. Triple for Roxy and round 1 for Indonesia.
Yeah, I mean, Indonesia has already read how Thailand will be approaching this. Despite of the change, though, Ijerd would still follow the script that Copper, in spite of that substitution, I don't think it puts so much of a dent in what Dominators have done right now. So let's see though if they can change the script, if they can change how they approach this. But the Containers right now, I think this is a good opening for them. They could just head in straight, probably use this elevation to get the first blood.
Ijerd, even though just warming up, you see a bit of communication telling his team maybe what the next move is going to be, and they're looking to isolate Camille. Look at that, a 2-man pincer, but Camille, thanks to the infinite glue walls that he has, able to absorb the pressure and disengage, and now allowing Geisen to come in from behind. And that's why Isaac, you see him wall off the back line, but when you reposition those glue walls, it opens up the flank again, and Nang Tui lying in wait, takes out Geisen. Wado able to find Onamo in the process though, so Indonesia stems the bleeding.
Yeah, Indonesia is now starting to bleed. Camille will try to isolate one of the players of TMT away, but there goes Nang Tui already going down. Only one remains for Thailand, and Copper, again, we saw this before, but he can go and probably pull this off against Roxy if in case Roxy doesn't recover that quickly. He's still in full health though, so Copper, as quickly as he can, just put up all those barricades and jump in, and he might be able to take Roxy down. There goes the chip damage right now, but Roxy died.
Yeah, another quick shot onto Roxy. That brings him down to dangerous zones. One more pump will do the job. Copper sees him, but those two walls making it almost impossible. Roxy drops it again. Once more, Copper is the one that lands the shot. Roxy needs to reposition and able to somehow still slip away into the shadows.
I love the ideation that Copper is doing right now. I mean, putting up all those barricades, and that is his glue wall. So unless he pull up of a couple more of glue walls, Roxy will need to shoot them down. But I don't think he has any meds on him just yet. The blue will be closing in a bit, and he will be pushed in one corner. And just Copper is just waiting for that moment. Every shot gives chip damage, and this might be it. This might be it. He's trying to recover, managed to grab a few meds, but Copper will get that point. An equalizer on 1-1.
Yeah, I like the pressure that Copper keeps on putting on. Every time he finds an opportunity, he gets a shot in and takes away half the health bar of Roxy. So always forcing Roxy to be on the back foot. And that's what's giving Copper so much of that leverage in that round. Could have gone pretty poorly though for Thailand. They got the ambush on the flank, and Indonesia was still able to equalize the score to bring it down to a 1v1.
Yeah, let's see though if that's something that Indonesia can avoid, because at this point there's not so much of space that they can work with in Nurek Dam. So they just have to go head on, bang their heads to the wall, and the wall would be Thailand. But as you can see, the elevation, Vlado is already into the fray. Became a little bit too late. Good thing that Vlado was not shot down. And what they're doing right now is just push Onamo and Onamo and the rest of the team in an open area so that they can work on the flank, probably go for the first blood.
Yeah, Vlado. Oh, someone able to push Nang Toy down onto the into the waters. That does give them some room to work with. Vlado now takes that opportunity, runs onto Aijer. Nang Toy finally back on dry land, but Kamiao lying in wait, and it all comes together for Indonesia. Once more Copper left alone, but this time against the full force of the Dominators, they just run him down, and Indonesia mows over round 3.
That's one way to do it, though. That's one way to do it. Isolate them, put so much of pressure that they fall down. We saw it happen from yesterday, but I'm not quite sure. I can't remember who was it. Was it Vlado who fell down on that pier, and he just doesn't move. He just is not moving. Thus, the opponents taking advantage of that. It's a good thing that they are using their mistake against Thailand, and this is what they have to do every time they go into Nurek Dam. But it's still a long way. We are now in peak right now, and there's not so much a flank that can be done. So head on once again. Dominators is just making sure that Thailand doesn't go in and cross over towards them.
And now Onamo under immense pressure, just trying to play ring around the rosy wall, the infinite blue walls. Roxy on the chase, gets shot in the back, not down just yet. Indonesia putting on the pressure, and Copper gets found. And Indonesia now finds the lead again in this peak area, with Copper being able to stand back up. He needs time and space, and Onamo tries to buy it for him. Nang Toy delivers, but they lose IJ in the process. Roxy gets Nang Toy. Indonesia wrestles the lead.
Roxy, with almost sliver of health, trying to deal with Onamo, just turns around and bring down Nang Toy. But Nang Toy will be taken out for Dominators, for DMT of Indonesia. There's still a full squad, but they need time to recover, especially for Vlado, and they're doing it. Onamo right now, only a few HP, and Vlado hits him hard. Now Copper trying to deal with Kamiao, but Copper doesn't look like the Copper that we used to see from yesterday, or from the early parts of this day as well, because doesn't look that aggressive, that strong. But good thing he was able to go in for the takedown, and Aijer though will be left alone. The pickup has been easily done by Indonesia. Now it's easy 3-2-1 right now, and I say it's easy because of how fast everyone was moving, but definitely if you're a player in that mix, you would have
For this scenario, right? The Copper, he definitely, is delivering on his end, but there are limitations to what Indonesia has been shutting him down and making sure that he doesn't get that. Forcing him to respect Indonesia's movements, right? Doesn't get to just run in and draw a Onamo forced into a very awkward position with Aijer behind him, but Aijer now forced to disengage too. Onamo ends up getting taken down. Vlado with enough health bar to get the job done, and Thailand down 1 man.
That was a little risky for Dominators right here. It went in for a 2-man going in for the push, and this is what they have to pay for. Kamiao will be traded off, and then Ryzen will be going down. They didn't go in full force against Thailand. And Vlado, as well as Copper, goes down, so we'll be left with a 1v2. If Aijer would be taken down as well, Roxy can put it on a 1v1. But they have to deal on the other side. Nang Toy a little bit too quick with a jump shot and a headshot. Indeed, and Thailand will get that point.
Sigh of relief, because Indonesia, for majority of the rounds that we have seen so far, have been the one drawing first blood and taking control of the round, and Thailand having to play from behind. So it's good to see that Nang Toy step up in a clutch position, in a position that he is required to clutch. Still, Indonesia has the lead. Thailand not out of the waters just yet, but at least the gap is not as big as it was before.
Yeah, and they're starting to read the rotation and tactics of Dominators. Again, it's just questionable on what they did earlier because only two men pushed against need to deal with Nang Tui, and really they can or they would not give Nang Tui.
Onamo finding his first elimination. Smells that, instantly backs off, doesn't want to take any risk. More in 1v1, wins his 1v1. Brings Fado down to his feet. Now Gaizen to do, and he would like to, Nango and Onamo gets to heal back up.
Low, and there you have it. I believe that. In Thailand is on a roll now. Let's find out. Because looking at the terrain, they can still approach. Holding dominators from Indonesia into one side, and that go for the pinch.
So for 2 rounds in a row, it's Nang Tui quiet from him. But we did see Indonesia be in the spot in the previous round, and they ended up closing out the series. Nang Tui ends up being isolated. It's him, Roxy, and Gaizen in the is on his tail. So Indonesia has their bases covered. Makes a diversion over to IJ. His still is an 2v2.
It has been done, and Raxi cannot be taken up, but there goes a knockdown. Does have the med kit on him and does have time to. Blue will be closing in, so guys. Flado on the other side. Not quite sure if this is a good plan against Onamo and Nang Tui, but I think if you can isolate the one against the other, you will be able to win this fight. But Gaizen in trouble, not only with that blue, but HP as well. So there's a slowdown, but I don't think Onamo and Nang Tui will take it. No, they back away, not really putting so much of pressure, and that shift is on, but still favoring Thailand.
Yeah, and that's where you see Nang Tui Onamo same the immense pressure. Here we go. Flado and Gaizen in the move. Onamo and Nang Tui a bit more split up. Dominators take the building. Onamo makes the first move into Gaizen, and then that proves out to be fatal. Gaizen wins this 1v1. And Nang Tui left in a really impossible position. Flado takes advantage of that, and Indonesia up 4-3.
Yeah, they're up 4-3 right now. 1 point lead. The 2 points win this game. But I love how the DMT from Indonesia countered what Thailand was doing. Thailand was trying to pull them in onto one side, not really giving them that compound opening. But the blue is closing against them. Thus, Thailand will need to jump through the window first. When they saw that, Indonesia just went in, tried to cover both sides. And with all the glue walls that has been laid already, they can easily isolate one player. And that's what they did. Take one after the other and win that game.
Now puts Indonesia in a slightly more comfortable spot, but they can win this, then they will have a cushion to fall onto Onamo and Nang Tui. They're going to be the duo. Again, Copper following up. A very frontal assault. There is a flank from Indonesia. Dominators. They're going to try and corner Nang Tui. Kamiao beats Onamo again. Guys into the back. Early to go down, but at least Copper finally springs to life, and the Dominators assault getting stopped in their tracks. Drops in Flado, not really much help to work with. They need time and space to heal back up. 4 seconds is the required time. Flado will gain that space, and Copper takes advantage of that downtime to take Flado. And that puts Indonesia in a possible situation with Roxy up against 3 members of Thailand.
Yeah. Have 3 players indeed. Tough to call if a clutch will happen, but Roxy right now will try to make it work, but unfortunately Copper is still alive, and you know how it is. If Copper is there, he can bring in the numbers. He doesn't want to be bot frag or mid frag at this point. He just wants to get those numbers, those KD in, and with Nang Tui popping off, that's a good challenge for Copper. And this is the Thailand spirit that we keep seeing from Burim. Remember one of the interviews Burim United did mention that they don't want to, like, they're not thinking of beating the other teams. They're thinking of beating their teammates in terms of elimination. So that's what they're doing right now.
Oh yeah. It's an internal competition for sure. For us again. I mean, Nang Tui has been having a hell of a game so far. He's bought enough time for Copper to recalibrate. And you can see Copper instantly finds that confidence to run straight at Guys, and Guys are not ready to receive this. Calls in Onamo. Punch to the dome. But still, Thailand equalized the situation before Guys. Anything to say about it. Copper delivers onto Flado, still makes it an even fight. Don't want this to slip away from their fingers. Copper confirms that takedown as Iger stands back up. Onamo now finds himself in a 1v1, barricades himself in safety in Indonesia. Now we have to find a way to break right to Kemia. Goes for the jump shot over the crate, but could not get the shot in. So they turn their attention on to Copper, who is able to slip away into the shadows with a sliver of health. Once more, tireless survival instincts are kicking in.
Now it's so tougher right now to beat against 3 players who has been regrouped. Earlier it was easy if you can isolate it in the 1v1s, but like Iger as well as Copper alive. Now there goes the Sing on Gaizen, but Gaizen will be going down, giving space for Namo to get that elimination. It's 1v2 situation at this point. But Camille goes in against Iger. It's now a 1v1. This ledge can say it all for the finisher, and anyone who jumps out early might be taking advantage of that fall animation. Have it. It is a switch. Camille finishes it off. Five to 4 for that clutch.
And that really came down to the wire because the bodies were being traded and Indonesia in the past few rounds have been